guys, it's Miss Remfer and Mr. Remfer.
Hey everyone, so today we are back again and we are going to make some homemade pasta with a lamb shank ragu. So here we see our lamb shanks, and Mrs. Renfer is going to turn on the stove right now because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sear them. So this is a cast iron skillet. We're only going to make a small portion because we'll make our lousy kids some macaroni and cheese or something. And the lamb shanks this is maybe for like 4 people's worth of ragu. And this cast iron skillet will be a very nice way to cook the lamb shanks because we can go from the stovetop right into the oven. So we're going to add a little vegetable oil.
Okay.
And basically when you braise meat, the first thing you want to do is sear it. And a sear means that you're going to kind of cook it at a high temperature for a short period of time. And then you take the meat out and then you'll add some we'll add some onions, some garlic, some celery, some aromatics, like we're going to add some sage and some rosemary. And then you put the meat back in and we'll add some wine and some beef stock. So when this comes up to temperature, you can see that the salt is kind of spitting a little bit. It tells us when it starts to get hot.
Now we're going to put these in.
All right, so these will cook for a little bit. And while these are cooking, Mrs. Renfer is going to go over here and cut up an onion.
Okay, hold on. Let me just get prepared.
So she's going to do a rough chop. We don't need to mince or dice. This is going to be a rough chop for the onion.
I'm ready to cut the onion, Mr. Remfer.
All right, there we go.
My onion goggles.
There we go.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to do a rough chop.
So we don't have to worry about the skin or anything. She can cut off the ends. We'll toss those. And then the rest of the onion, just cut it in half. Cut big chunks. Because when you braise, everything's just going to cook together. We're going to cook this for about 2.5 to 3 hours, depending. So that can kind of go to the side. Okay. And then we have some garlic. And you kind of just give that a little smash. As we said in one of our last videos, we don't really like to mince garlic. So we'll just keep it whole, crush it a little bit with the knife.
You can leave the skin on, right?
Yep, that releases the flavor. And about 4 will do. Okay, we'll also put in some celery. And we have our celery
in our little handy
in
dandy
our jar here. Take about 2 stalks.
Slice them up.
Yeah. And again, a good rough chop will be good here. Doesn't have to be pretty. We want to keep the leaves in because they'll add to the flavor.
Okay.
Okay, we also have a can of diced tomatoes there. Want to open that? Let's go check on our lamb.
Need to give it a flip.
Yeah.
We have here it is. Okay. Let's try to turn that one over.
So it's a little brown.
Turn that guy over.
And that's what we're looking for. Some nice color on our lamb.
It's not too bad.
Oh my God. So this will stay at a pretty high heat and it'll continue to brown a little bit.
All right.
Come back to our ingredients. So we have some mushrooms. And because we're braising, we don't really have to worry about how nice the mushrooms look. They're actually 2 white mushrooms and 2 baby bella, which are like baby portobello mushrooms, and just a little rough chop. I like to use mushrooms with braised meat. Adds like a little bit of an earthy flavor to it. And it doesn't matter if they don't look great because they're just going to be in a braising liquid, and it doesn't really matter. We're going to add some sage. Normally we would have some fresh rosemary, but we'll use dried rosemary because of our lockdown. We didn't go to the grocery store, so we just have.
Mr. Remfer, how many?
Take out the brown ones. maybe like 6 or 7 of those leaves. Sage is a really aromatic spice.
I'm smelling it right now. It smells great.
Or not spice, an herb. Here are the fun ones. Spices come from seeds. Herbs come from leaves. So we have our sage, our onion, our garlic, our mushroom, our celery, our canned tomatoes, and let's go check on our lamb. It's a little smoky right now. That's okay. Let's turn it over one more time to see how we're doing. All right, very nice. So we're actually going to braise this in the oven in this pan. Oh no, actually, we'll just do it in the cast iron.
Yeah.
So we'll take it back out. We were going to use that pan until I remembered we had a very small cast iron skillet with high walls. Put that lamb back in there, please.
On here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to take the lamb out. We just put them off to the side. Now we will grab the cutting board here, put the onions in,
Okay.
and we'll put the mushrooms in. And we'll let them cook a little bit before we put anything else in. Garlic burns pretty quickly, so we don't want to put that in quite yet. And the celery will add too much moisture to the pan, so it'll keep things from browning. So we don't want to add that yet either. Just give this a little stir, let it cook down. So, how are you doing during our shut-in time during coronavirus season?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. We're trying to stay busy, trying to keep our kids busy. I'm sure your parents are doing the same, and just loving each other
Most of the time.
most of the time.
All right, let's have the other vegetables, Mrs. Renfrew.
We're going to take our celery. We're going to get most of it in.
Again, 80% is fine.
We're going to put our garlic in. And do we want our sage too, Dad?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Mr. Rubber. Got to do my mom and teacher switch off here.
All right, start to smell really good right about now.
Smelling that sage. Smelling those mushrooms and the onion. Smells great.
Can you switch for a second?
Yep.
Don't record me, please.
Okay.
All right, we're going to throw a little wine in right now. The alcohol in the wine actually burns off. So it's okay for like kids to have something that was cooked in wine.
Looking nice. Pretty.
We're going to add some beef stock to this now. Gives it kind of a richness and flavor. It's called better than bouillon because it is. So just add a little bit here.
Okay. There's my cookie. And a little water to it to make some beef broth.
Tomatoes.
Okay, now we're going to put our tomatoes in. There we go. Give it a little stir while Mr. Memphis makes the broth over there. And here comes the beef broth. All right.
So now we're going to kind of let this for a sec. And we're going to put the shanks, we're going to put the shanks back in. And a lamb shank is like kind of like the lamb's shin. It's a very tough cut of meat. So So that's why we want to braise it. Braising is for cuts of meat that are not tender. You're not going to want to grill a lamb shank. It would be too tough to really eat. So braising means cooking in liquid over a long period of time. So now we will take this and put it in the oven. Our oven's on about 300 degrees.
This is pretty heavy, so we need two.
I'll do it.
All right. All right. Mr. Remper's gonna put it on our oven that is on 300 degrees. It looks good.